What's up, guys? Oh, about a year and a half ago, I picked up the Canon M50 that you guys are actually watching this video on right now. And I had the hardest time being a professional photographer going into a vlogging setup and figuring out profiles, how to set everything up on my camera, on my Canon M50 to shoot. So today I'm gonna actually show you the settings from beginning to end. It's not gonna be the sexiest video, but hopefully it's helpful. So if you're new to vlogging and you just picked up a Canon M50 or vice versa, you're a vlogger that picked up a new Canon M50, here are the settings that I have set to create amazing vlogs where you can just turn on, shoot, and go and not worry about anything. Let's go. What's going on, guys? Thank you again so much for tuning in. I'm Jeramie with Jeramie Lou Photography. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Video helps you anyway, give it a thumbs up, and then click that bell for notifications. It tells you every time I come on. So guys, I will show you the menu settings here from beginning to end. It'll be pretty quick. I'll try to rock through it. If I do miss anything, please let me know and ask some questions in the comments below, and I'm happy to answer them for you. I set this up I set this up right when I first got it, and I haven't had to change or adjust at all. These settings are meant to be plug and play, so all of my YouTube videos are actually done with these settings. I don't have any other editing software other than iMovie that I use on my phone, believe it or not. So even with this, it's just lighting and tweaking. I don't have any profiles, I don't have anything set up, and I don't put it in Premiere or anything like that to rock through. So if you guys are like me, let's call it lazy, let's call it time frugal. I'm a professional photographer and I don't have time to do videos. I'm not a videographer and I don't pretend to be. So that's my setup. I'm also using the Sigma 14mm on this, and I use a Rode Wireless Go with a lapel mic for a lot of my videos as well. Or you can actually shotgun it or clip it to yourself as well. And that's really it. It's on a switch pod with a switch pod head. If you guys aren't familiar with those, look up SwitchPod on my channel. I have a couple unboxing and reviews. And of course, we have lighting and stuff that we use as well. But this is really for pick up and go, natural light vlogging settings, holding your bad boy up just like this and taking some stuff. So we're going to hop up to the camera and look at some settings. Let's go. Okay, guys, so one of the things that I really do appreciate with Canon is the simplicity of their menu screen. So right here, I have my dial on the video camera up top. So your dial goes to the video camera up top, and which is the same as the shooting mode right there. So you're set at that mode, and I just hit menu, right? So unmenu will get me here to my computer, baby. And if I hit menu, it goes to this screen. These are all the settings that I have now. I do not remember the default settings. I will not go into default just to show you guys because I will mess it up. I watched a lot of YouTube videos and read the manual. Yes, I do read manuals. And I figured out the best way to work for me. So this is exactly what you guys are going to see. Everything that I've shot, everything on my video. So if you like my style and what I do, it'll be super easy. And this will make vlogging plug and play, ready to go. I do shoot with Sony as far as my professional gear. And their menu system is freaking nuts, bro. So if you're on Sony, I'm sure they produce great videos and all that, but oh my God, like even just setting it for stills, it was insane. So, which is why I have this camera dedicated for video only. Okay, so let's get into it, guys. So our shooting mode obviously is our manual video camera, right? So we're on manual video camera. I don't let my camera adjust anything at all. And my movie record quality is at 24 frames per second, so 23.98 at 1080p. I don't shoot 4K on this camera because it zooms it up. I don't upload really anything into 4K because I just use it for YouTube, so I really don't need to do that. Sound recording is manual. Also shooting at 24 frames a second, my settings are always 1/50th on my shutter. You always double that. So if you're at 24 frames a second, you double it. If you shoot slow-mo and anything, you guys will want to shoot at a higher frame rate to slow-mo. I do not slow-mo. Again, this is pick and play manual. So I have, whether you're using a shotgun mic, a Rode mic or anything, use a microphone. The mic on camera is okay, but it's crap. I mean, it'll get you sound. but it's not really that great. You can kind of see my audio peaks here. And this is actually with just the camera because I'm recording into a different microphone right now. You can tweak this once it's in and on, but my dB is always tweaked with my manual. Lens correction aberration is, so this is my 14 mil. This is based off of your lens, and I don't have to do anything at all, so I never touch that. Remote control disabled, right? So this is first screen. Second screen, exposure compensation, always at 0 unless you're shooting on auto and you need it. You can actually do that from the screen. All this does is it tells you, hey, we need camera. I get that you think that it's like darker in here, but it's not. I need you just to bump it up a little bit more, or I need you to bump it up down more. Whatever you set it on, it's always going to do that, right? So say that you're talking, and this is just how the best to kind of show you guys what it is. Say that you're talking and you talk at this volume all the time, but somebody needs hearing aids to hear you because you're not talking loud enough. They would just up their hearing aids, but everything will be louder until they turn it down. So same kind of thing. ISO speed settings. Right now it's on auto for this video. You can leave it on auto. I think that's the smartest way to go, especially for vlogging, but you can set it to whatever you want. Off on this, highlight tone priority off on this. For stills is totally different, but we're not talking about that. Metering mode, 4 seconds. We actually don't use metering mode too much on video. My white balance is always set to daylight, but you can set it to whatever you want. The only thing I would recommend is not auto white balance. You can even do custom settings if you want your custom Kelvin here. I love the look of daylight, and just know that when you're filming yourself in any environment and it's a little bit different of color, too warm, too cool, too orange, too blue, too whatever, you can always adjust it as well, but we're not going to change this. The only thing that I did change, so I always leave it on this, and my white balance I have adjusted for skin tones. And what I did was I took the blues and went to 2, and looking at myself while adjusting it, going back and forth, and all my videos, this is what I found to be the best for me. You're more than welcome to copy this. I do think this is the best way to go as far as your videos go. The only time that you'll really not want to do this is maybe when you're in a room that's very, very orange. It will make you super, super orange, just more orange than you are, because this pulls out the reds and the oranges of the skin as well with these settings. Picture style, user definition 1. Here's what I've done to mine. I've gone to user definition 1. I've created a custom set. So I made this neutral. Let's get to info here. Boom. I have done the sharpness has gone down. It's always too sharp, so I've gone down too sharp, and that's all I've done. That's the only thing I've changed, and it started with neutral. This is my setup. You're more than welcome to, you can set up different styles if you want, or you can use what they have, but I'm using my setup. Again, I haven't changed it since the beginning, and it hasn't changed at all. Your touch and drag settings, this is totally up to you, but I have it set to that little star icon to turn on and off my autofocus settings. Autofocus is always on tracking. Movie servo, which is your constant tracking, is enabled, of course. So if you're vlogging, you want it always on your face, and you want it to track you no matter where you go or the nearest face. That's what that means. Off on your lens electronic manual focus. IS settings is on my star, and these are auto level, keeps your movie level while recording. It does the best that it can. If you tilt a little bit, it'll keep it level. It'll kind of balance that out just a little bit. But these are the settings that I have. I haven't changed it. I actually think these are probably the stock settings, right? So that's all of our red. So we're going into our blue. I don't mess with this at all. Everything here is normal to where it is. So we can skip all this if we'd like. And this is all, the blue is all your playback stuff when you're actually looking at the images, rating. It's all standard, it's all stock, and I don't really need to do that because I shoot the video, I upload it into my computer, and I get it to my phone so I can edit it. Nothing really changing here. There's a couple old videos that I still have on here that I'm using. And file number continuous, auto rotate. You can change your file number to whatever you want. Again, if you're using this for tons of video, you might want to change it to your name or whatever, but video you don't tend to shoot as stills, so you have less files to do it. Format card, wireless communication, which has an also on all Canons, which you can do wireless video with, what you can use your phone, and you can look up that if you'd like. Eco mode is off. Power saving mode I have right now. Display is off, so meaning that if I don't touch my screen for 30 minutes, the screen will turn off. I have it at 30 minutes because I actually am using this right now to film this video, and if I don't touch it for 30 minutes, I had it at 1 minute, but if I don't touch it, say for 1 minute, the screen will go and freeze itself. And so I don't want that. Auto power off. If you forget to turn off your camera quite a bit, you might want to change these settings to 1 minute or so, meaning if you don't film anything, you don't do anything, you don't touch anything, or if it's not recording, if it's recording, it'll all go away. But if it's not recording, it'll turn itself off. I know how to turn my camera off, so I just turn it off. Date and time zone, English, you pick what you need. Video system, haven't touched this. Touch control standard. You can make it very sensitive. I have it off completely. I don't use my touch screen. Being a professional photographer, I'm used to getting my face on the thing, so I don't use it. I just don't. I turn off all noise so I don't get that noise in my videos as well, just in case I'm moving or pushing any buttons during. Sensor cleaning is just an option to get your sensor clean. HDR resolution is auto, which I do recommend. If you're putting it on a really good screen, it'll automatically do it. HDMI output I turn off. I just not a fan of HDR. That just gets really nitty gritty stuff. Reverse display is on for me, meaning that when you have your camera pointed at you, it looks like a mirror. If you have it the other way, it's opposite. So you should have this on anyway. So you want it to be looking like you're used to looking at a mirror. You're not used to looking at the other way. Screen settings, you can adjust what's on your screen. Really doesn't matter. Sometimes my screen is off completely. Sometimes it's totally on. Custom functions I don't play with. Copyright information. I don't even think I've done this, but what you can do is you can actually put your info in here. And on my photography cameras, I totally do this. But basically, all the information that you're shooting, this information will be embedded into the metadata. So if you put your business name, your copyright, say your memory card gets stolen, or somebody tries to download your video or your image from somewhere, the words, the copyright information will actually be embedded into there, so you can actually find it as well. So super helpful to do. I just didn't do it. Your current firmware, I think I'm up to date. You guys want to check this every once in a while, especially if your camera's on the fritz, right? So that's all of our tool stuff. Now we're going in our menu display, standard, guided. I like standard because this is what I'm used to ever since I've owned Canons. Guided is a little bit more for the new people. They'll kind of show you. I say just leave it on this one. It's totally fine. Mode guide. This is all just the little details of, like, when you buy a new camera, they want to make everything easier. I literally never touch the screen ever. And then the star, guys. So we're almost there. We're almost done. The star. These are your favorites, right? So the cool thing with this is you can actually add to this. So what you do is you go to add to my menu tab. Okay. I don't really want to do it. And you can configure these menus. So I had one already configured. I called it JLP, if you see up top there. I'm going to end up deleting this. Delete tab. Okay. So mine's called JLP. The star, and if you have any Canon or Sony or whatever, they all have this as well. Choose the last one. These are common things that you would use all the time. So you can tell the number 3 things that I use on this, and really the only things that I even care about, because I don't go into anything else in the menu, is format my card. Every time I put a new card in, I format. You never format with the computer. Sound recording manual, because at the beginning, I couldn't get my sound the way I wanted to. Now I have it perfect, but I would go in and tweak it. So instead of finding the sound every time, I would tweak it. And then configure... this is nothing. This is configure my JLP. So sort, registered, add, whatever. So you can add more images, take images away. And there's only 2. You can create as many of these as you want. So one can be for, let's say, formatting the card only or setting up the card. Another one could be for whatever, I don't know what you have set up, your photos or anything like that. But this is all within the video settings. So if you notice, there's a different screen for video and a different screen for photos. So this is just for video. I don't have anything on the photo setup. It's completely default. I don't take a single picture with this baby. But even at default, when I have to take pictures for my YouTube, it kind of works pretty well on its own. I've done a couple things with some cool lighting, but I don't play with it. And so this is my number one. This is where it's always at. So if I have to format my card, I'm going to format it here and go for it. But if you notice that you're going into all these screens and you're always adjusting your custom white balance, which they do have buttons on the back that you can go to. But if you're always adjusting something, auto level or whatever, you can actually throw that into your star as well. All right, guys, that's it. That's my menu for my Canon M50 setup for the vloggers and DIY videoers at home. This setup is exactly what you're seeing right here. The only changes I have are the lighting that I'm using right here. So You can add some things if you want, throw them in Premiere, throw them whatever, and throw your profiles in there, and you can totally do that. But if you don't want to, and you just want some good video or even some good vlogging material, in fact, this is my Zoom setup right here when I do conferences, and we're doing a lot during Corona time, then you're good to go. So hopefully this helped you guys. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, something I missed, let me know. If you have a better way that I can adjust it, if you're looking at my screen now and you're like, Jeramie, that sharpness does need to come up, bro, let me know and I will adjust it. But this looks very clear, very awesome to me. Also note that I'm using a 1.8 lens on here, so the Sigma 14. I just ordered the Sigma 16 that came out made for this lens, so I have an adapter and my Sigma on this. So that's why everything looks blurry and beautiful in the background if you're looking into that at all. Anyways, hope you guys are having a good day. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will talk to you later. Bye.